Dave, come here!
Hey, buddy.
What? Come on.
What is this?
I got it.
What is this? What is this?
I took the video of your colonoscopy and turned it into a shooter. I'm calling it Requiem Rising, Reign of the Dookie Mage.
I am your doom.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I didn't say thank you.
I'm gonna publish this on the Nintendo eShop. We're gonna make millions! Seriously, they'll almost publish anything. They're like a step above Google Play.
Well, a game that takes place inside a body, I gotta say, buddy, I'm impressed with your ingenuity and initiative.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Too bad you're not the first one to think of it.
Mother.
Since the dawn of time, games have taken place in every locale imaginable.
Every franchise winds up in space eventually.
And just how many wide, grassy fantasy lands immediately come to your mind? In the deep fathoms of the ocean, adventures and mysteries await.
Or in today's video's case, the adventure's in your butt.
Well, not in a butt specifically, but definitely in a creature that might have one.
Whether it be human, animal, or monster, traveling through a body can be just as deadly as anything the vacuum of space or the deep sea has to throw at you. And even though there are plenty of games with a level or two which take place within an organism, games which take place entirely in a living thing are exceedingly rare. First, we'll talk about Abaddox, The Deadly Inner War.
Sounds like a Tony Robbins book if he was completely insane.
Released in 1989 by Milton Bradley for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the game is set in the year 5012.
Are there hoverboards?
No, but you do get to fly around in a cool spacesuit, blasting all kinds of beasties as the last survivor of an attack by the planet-sized monster Parasitus.
It's not as cool as a hoverboard, though.
It's still pretty cool. While collecting power-ups to help you on your way, you fight your way through freaking into... Crap, this game is hard.
Wait, you said this game was released by Milton Bradley?
Yes,
Candyland Milton Bradley.
the very same.
I find there to be a disturbing abundance of mutated flesh and a disturbing lack of candy in this game.
Yeah, well, they also came out with Operation where you pull a guy's bones out while he's still awake, so...
Fair enough.
Anyway, you fight your way deep into the bowels of the beast to save the Princess Maria.
How did a princess wind up in there?
I don't know. If games have taught me anything, it's that when you're a princess, you get into trouble. The bosses and monsters come in all different variations. There's even pterodactyls? Most of the freaks you face look like something a floating pile of meat would create out of itself to tear you limb from cybernetic limb. I also meant bowels literally, as the final level has you in a mad dash to escape from Parasitus's ginormous yet oddly diverse anus.
Challenging though it may be, Abaddox isn't a bad game. It's a fun retro experience for the NES, and it completely owns its setting of fighting through a planet made of alien flesh.
Or, as Arnold Schwarzenegger would call it, Abaddox.
Where did that come? No, he wouldn't. He'd call it like he'd say it like he normally would, except with an accent. It would sound like Abaddox.
Tomato, tomato.
No! Our next game we're going to talk about, that's set inside of a giant creature, well, giant for the main character at least, is a cute little game for the Nintendo Switch called Slime Sand.
Slime Sand! I like this game.
Me too.
In Slime Sand, you play as the titular blob of goo who's been swallowed whole by a worm with teeth snake that's tearing a path of destruction through your beloved forest. Starting at the back, you work your way up front to escape out its mouth.
He's gonna taste terrible on the way out.
Gameplay is a puzzle platformer, similar to Super Meat Boy in that you have to rush through an obstacle course as fast as you possibly can, while also trying to grab currency to use at the town in the worm's guts. Slump Town is where so much of the game's adorable character shines through, and even acts as a level of sorts itself, as you can jump into higher levels of the town and run past dangers to... well, I haven't gotten that far yet.
This game requires surgical precision at times, and you're shaky by nature.
The transitions between segments of the gut give the game this feeling as if it never truly stops. Like if you were to speedrun the game, the segments would seem like one long level, if that makes sense. And it's a nice touch. With all types of additional content, costumes for your character and bird friend, unlockable characters, the ability to put all these different filters over the action, and more, there's a lot of fun and value to be had here if you like this kind of game.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger would call it, slob job.
What is your deal with him today?
I'm just having a little fun is all.
Well, cool it, because you're going to start getting his hate comments.
Don't you need an audience for that?
Now that's cold.
Speaking of things that are cool, the next game we're going to be talking about is a little different in that it's not a video game, but a tabletop RPG.
And a good one at that.
Indeed. It's called Belly of the Beast, and since I am the seasoned DM of this duo, I'll be taking the reins from here.
Try not to crash the cart.
Aren't you classy? On a planet far away from our own, a giant rock from the depths of space crashes to its surface, crushing kingdoms and countless lives underneath. If things weren't bad enough, the rock hatches, unleashing a giant worm which soon grows to titanic size. The mountain-sized worm devours everything in its path, swallowing cities, forests, and all civilizations, leaving the entire planet devoid of human life. However, the worm is so large that many people and animals survive being eaten and must maintain their existence within the hellish alien world known as the Evergut. This apocalyptic event has destroyed all traces of civilized society. Survivors live within strongholds or live nomadically between the different segments of the beast's massive intestines. Think Mad Max, but with a lot more meat.
Ew.
Players take on the role of scavengers who were born and raised within the world of the Evergut, with the GM or Game Master guiding the story and doing GM stuff. The players use their skills and talents to hunt for artifacts, supplies, and run jobs for other survivors, factions, settlements, and all that good stuff, all while avoiding roaming bands of cannibals and competing scavengers. I've been playing the game lately with my group, and it was a lot of fun, especially for me as the GM, since the setting of the game is so alien. It allowed me to really play with the players' surroundings. So if you're looking for something different to run with your tabletop gaming group and want to experience life inside the merciless belly of an alien parasite, pick up Belly of the Beast. It's currently on DriveThruRPG and probably everywhere that you can find PDFs of RPG core rulebooks. That's how Schwarzenegger would call it. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, now you're just being mean.
Oh, what's your problem? You're acting like it's gonna pop out of thin air and come after us or something.
Don't be ridiculous. At this early on in our careers, we gotta be careful not to step on any toes. And the thing is just, what the hell is that noise?
Must be the new neighbors.
Yeah, probably. Look, it's just not a good idea at this point in our careers to just act like we're indestructible, because we're not.
And you need to lighten up, because why if we go It's true! It's all true!